Welcome to Conversations Live. For more than a decade, we've brought you the best in books, entertainment, celebrity interviews, and current events. When the movers and shakers of the world have something to say to you, they say it to us first. Here's your host, Cyrus Webb.
And welcome back, everyone, to Conversations Live. I'm your host, Cyrus Webb. Glad you all could join us once again, both for our radio audience here in Mississippi at WYAD 94.1 FM and WYADonline.com. We're glad that you all could be with us. Also, just joining us are our friends at iHeartRadio and Amazon Music Podcast. We're glad you all could be with us as well. But for those looking to take their entertainment experience to the next level, I think you guys are going to really enjoy this next segment. Combining the convenience of streaming on your smartphone, the magic of Hollywood, and social gaming, Gamestar Plus is bringing you the future. Game night will not be the same, and we're excited to welcome co-founder Todd Young to our program today to talk to us about Gamestar Plus, how you can be a part of it, and what you can expect with the rollout. Todd, thank you so much for the time. Really appreciate it.
Absolutely, Cyrus. Glad to be here.
So, Todd, this is an exciting time for you guys with Gamestar Plus. What has it been like for you to see the initial response to it?
It has been really satisfying, to be honest. Yeah, it was several years of hard work. Obviously, this is a pretty ambitious kind of business we have here as we're aiming to disrupt a fairly meaningful and durable consumer entertainment category, right? I mean, game night generally comprised by board and card games you get at the game aisle at your favorite store, and that industry has just grown significantly. Even pre-COVID, we saw a lot more people playing these types of games and having game nights because of the very meaningful social connectivity they create. You know, if you think about it, a lot of the games that dominate right now, whether they're games you play on your phone or you would play on a console like an Xbox or a PlayStation, they are designed from the ground up to engender addictive behavior or compulsion, all right? And, you know, essentially command a user or a player's undivided attention. So that's kind of when you get that, you know, addiction and, you know, those other sorts of unsavory things that can happen when you kind of go too far down the rabbit hole with technology or content. The beautiful thing about game nights is they're kind of the opposite, right? Like they use game structure or game rules and like, you know, fun formats to actually turn people inward towards each other. And it manufactures these really healthy, meaningful moments that are generally characterized by, you know, good-natured competition, conversation, camaraderie, like cooperation. So, yeah, it's been really satisfying to see us finally come through and get into the market with our first title, which is Family Feud, America's favorite game show, and starring, of course, Mr. Steve Harvey, who's a partner of ours in this company. So that is available for sale right now at Target, on Target.com, and we've got a really robust slate of additional games that will continue to roll out through the rest of this year and beyond.
Yeah, Todd, a couple of things you mentioned there I definitely want to go back to. And, of course, Family Feud, like you said, I mean, it's iconic in itself, so it's great to be able to have that as the first game. I mean, is this something that was always in your mind that you wanted to do, to be able to take entertainment to another level when it comes to something like what you've been able to do with Gamestar Plus?
Yeah, absolutely. So my most recent post prior to joining up with my partner and co-founder, Shane Yeend, was at Sony Pictures. I was in the interactive games publishing group there, looking after and supporting all sorts of different stuff from free-to-play mobile titles to things that were voice-powered. You know, for instance, if you have an Amazon Echo and you say, hey, Alexa, play Jeopardy! That brings up a skill that I worked with looked after for quite some time. Still the most successful game skill in the history of that platform. So I've been in this space for quite some time, and there's a lot of things about this I really like. You know, first and foremost is the aforementioned sociological benefit of game nights. They're a very meaningful part in my household, right? I mean, it's one of the most predictable and effective mechanisms I have as a parent to get some good times and some cooperation between my two kids who otherwise don't get along too well. They don't really have a lot in common. I got a 12-year-old boy and a 7-year-old girl, but, you know, they don't like the same music. They don't like the same movies, TV shows, food, you name it. But, you know, throw a good game on the living room table and I can virtually guarantee anywhere from an hour to sometimes 3 or more of like really good-natured, memorable time. So first and foremost, I'm really pleased about that. And like, I believe in our mission to bring the best parts of game night to platform scale with a, kind of an irresistible value proposition to the user. And obviously, from a business side, we're thrilled about it too, because, we are authentically sitting right at the nexus of arguably the 3 hottest sectors in entertainment, media, and technology right now, that being gaming, which obviously has been a booming, robust business for quite some time, but the pandemic just threw it into hyperdrive. The second component would be streaming. Obviously, that's where everybody wants to be right now. If you've got content, whether it's linear, like the stuff you'd watch on Disney Plus or Netflix, or if it's music, Spotify, Apple Music, things like that, or even other forms of games or, audiobooks, pretty much everybody is consuming content this way, right? It's less about how many things do you own, right? I don't own media anymore. I used to own hundreds, if not more, of like CDs and DVDs and Blu-rays, and now we don't own any of that stuff. We just rent it. We pay a small monthly fee to have access to all the stuff we love on the devices we already own. So from a business standpoint, that makes a lot of sense. And then the third component behind the streaming and the gaming is blockchain. The entire Gamestar experience will be underpinned by a brand new Ethereum-based blockchain currency. Not to get too far in the weeds there, but basically it's a first-of-its-kind rewards and play-to-earn model that, will track and kind of follow players game to game. So as a player bounced in Gamestar from different titles, say, Family Feud one day, the next time they fire up Jeopardy with Ken Jennings, the next time it might be a Wheel of Fortune with Vanna White, and then maybe they pick up Seen It, the celebrated and highly successful movie and TV trivia franchise where you watch clips of blockbuster films and then answer questions. That one's hosted by Mario Lopez. As you go through these games and you're performing tasks or accomplishing things or achieving, you're earning coins just the way you would in any other game. Whether it's Fortnite, those have V-Bucks. Candy Crush has gold. In our business, it's called the G-Star token, and this token accrues, and in addition to being able to be spent within the game, right, you accrue this token, and then you can buy stuff, whether it's unique content or access or entry into an exclusive tournament. It actually has its own real-world value, too, because it's tied to a brand-new blockchain currency, so you can actually move these currencies off and on the platform and, actually trade them for other things that have a real world value. So I think that we're in the right place at the right time with the right team and the right thesis. And now it's obviously just all about execution, making sure that these games are as rich and as replayable, but also as simple and approachable as possible, and just getting as many great diverse formats out as possible. So got a great team. We've got a great content library lined up, and I'm super excited for the future.
Yeah, and it gives our audience something to look forward to. I want to catch our audience up real quick and tell them, for those who are just tuning in here on the radio side of Mississippi or online, you're listening to Conversations Live. We're excited to welcome Todd Young to our program today. Todd is a co-founder of Gamestar Plus. That's what we're talking about today, an opportunity for you guys to be able to take entertainment to another level with your family and friends. And as you mentioned, Todd, starting off with Family Feud, so I guess an obvious question for our audience is, how do they get started? So if they're just learning about Gamestar Plus themselves, they're interested, they definitely want to be able to bring that into their own home experience. How do they start?
Yeah, great question. So our first title is available at Target exclusively. So you can go to your local Target store in the game aisle and look for Gamestar Family Feud. You can't miss it. You got Mr. Steve Harvey right on the front of the box. Or you can, of course, pop on to Target.com, just search Gamestar Family Feud, and it'll come right up. So, yeah, get yourself a box. This is a phygital experience, which is admittedly kind of a clunky mashup of words of physical and digital, but it really provides the charm of game night. So there are components in that Family Feud box that you and your family at home will use to play the game. Score sheets and pens to write down your answers and things like that again kind of mimic real board game experience. What we've done is we have powered that kind of game night experience with this rich streaming on-demand content. So it kind of feels like you're on the show. You open the box, you scan a QR code, which takes you to the website to sign up and activate your content. And after a couple quick steps, you're playing Family Feud with Steve Harvey in your living room, hosting your game. Everything from, telling you the rules, how to play, to revealing the survey questions and answers, and, giving reactions as different teams, provide their responses. So that's the best way to get started. And as I mentioned, this is the first of dozens of games that are coming your way. I've kind of mentioned in passing that pretty much every AAA game show you could think of, from Wheel of Fortune to Jeopardy to Price is Right, Press Your Luck, things of that nature. And we will also be coming to market with these cool, interactive, streaming adaptations of all of your favorite card and board games that have been the hallmarks of game nights for years. So, Family Feud is first. Go pick it up. And also, please follow us on social if you can. Our Twitter is at Gamestar Plus, and you'll see a lot of news about what's coming. You'll also see engagement with, a few of the major partners in our business, like Steve Harvey, like Damon John from Shark Tank, who's an advisor and an investor, Ken Jennings, the host of Jeopardy, who, in addition to being in our Jeopardy game, is also an advisor to the board of our company as well. So, join us on social. Pick up the first copy of Family Feud, and hopefully you and your family and friends have the coolest game night you ever had.
Love it. Todd, this is so exciting. So glad we could have you on the broadcast to be able to talk about it. And you guys also have the website there, I noticed on Facebook, GamestarPlus.com, and it has all of your social there as well. So definitely invite our audience to go there. Todd, it goes without saying, you're welcome back here anytime, and looking forward to having you back on the program.
Well, I appreciate that, man. I'll take you up on that, and we'll come back with some cool updates in a little bit. So I do appreciate the time. Thanks for the audience. Thanks for everybody listening, either on the podcast or on the radio, and look forward to hearing from you guys soon.
Definitely will be doing that, Todd. And we thank you, our audience, for tuning in to another great segment of Conversations Live. That website I mentioned, GamestarPlus.com, we'll make sure that we link that up for you guys joining us online. For those joining us on the radio side here in Mississippi, we'll put it on the Facebook page as well as tag them there on Facebook. And there, when you go to the website, you can see all of the social there, too. Until next time, I'm your host, Cyrus Webb, saying, as always, enjoy your day, enjoy your life, enjoy your world. Thank you all for choosing Conversations Live. Now let's go make today amazing. Take care.